Title: Behind the Palace Gates. The palace of Amuro Kingdom stood like a fortress of legacy, walled by red clay, crowned with thatched towers, and guarded by tradition. Within its compound, royalty moved like spirits, untouchable, elevated. And among the nameless many who served in silence was Masoma. She was small and quick-footed, her voice barely above a whisper, her eyes always cast downward. Often at 6, she had been raised by Nwanyaya, the palace cook, and had known no other home but the narrow servants' quarters behind the palace kitchen. Each morning, she rose before the cocks to sweep the central courtyard, careful not to wake the sleeping gods housed in ancestral shrines. But everything changed the day Prince Ifeanyi returned. The prince had been away for nearly a decade, studying in the city, growing into manhood under the eyes of foreigners. When he came back, the village roared with celebration. He arrived on a black stallion, his agbada flowing, his voice deep, his laughter full of charm. He was to be crowned crown prince in 2 weeks, and tradition demanded that he choose a bride from a royal family. Suitors arrived from kingdoms near and far, adorned in beads and silks, bearing yams, goats, and whispers of beauty. Masoma had no business near the royal court. But fate is not a respecter of caste. One late afternoon, she was carrying a calabash of water across the courtyard when the wind betrayed her. The hem of her wrapper caught on a stone, she stumbled, and the water spilled right at the prince's feet. She froze. He turned. Their eyes met. There was silence. Then he smiled. "You carry water like it holds your soul," he said softly. She wanted to disappear. Instead, she bowed deeply. I am sorry, my prince." He tilted his head. "What is your name?" She looked up, startled. No royal had ever asked that. "Masoma." He repeated it like a secret. "Masoma." From that moment, he watched her. At first from afar, then closer. He began to take evening walks near the kitchen gardens where she walked. One day, he left a white hibiscus by the stone well. Another day, a folded piece of palm frond with a note, "You move like a poem." She tried to avoid him. The walls had ears. The palace, sharper tongues. But her heart began to betray her. She found herself lingering in the courtyard after chores, glancing toward his window, whispering his name when no one was near. One moonlit night, he found her alone by the ogbono tree. "Tell me to leave if you want me to," he said. She said nothing. He stepped closer. "They expect me to marry Edora of Umons. She is perfect on paper. But my heart, it beats louder when you're near." This cannot be," she whispered. "I am a maid. You are a woman. One my soul recognizes." And then he kissed her. Their world became stolen moments, soft footsteps in the dark, messages hidden in garden paths, shared glances during royal gatherings. They dreamed in whispers, loved in fear. But the palace is not a place for secrets. Ndidi, the head maid, saw them one morning. She told the queen mother, who was scandalized. "A servant girl," she cried. "Has he no shame?" The king ordered Masoma brought before the council. She stood trembling in the great hall, eyes lowered, heart pounding. "What spell did you cast on my son?" the king demanded. "None, my king," she whispered. "I only loved him." The queen mother slapped her. "Silence." Prince Ifeanyi stormed in. "If she is punished, I walk. I will not marry another." The room gasped. The king rose. "Then you are not fit to rule." A week later, the coronation was cancelled. Prince Ifeanyi left the palace with nothing but a sack and Masoma's hand in his. They walked into the forest path leading away from Amuro. Years passed. The kingdom found a new heir. But every New Yam festival, a stranger arrives, tall, with the eyes of a prince, and a woman by his side with gentle strength. Some say they live in a village beyond the river, teaching children, growing yams, and playing flutes at sunset. And under the same ogbono tree where their love began, the hibiscus still blooms. Because sometimes, what grows behind the palace gates is not scandal, but a love brave enough to break them.